Guys, and welcome everyone to another stream on Le Mans Ultimate. And guys, first things first, we do not have a special event at Bahrain today, but we do have a special stream at Bahrain today with a hypercar with a Toyota. So the original plan was obviously to run a 2-hour race. For you guys to have some fun, for you guys to see some good racing, and for you guys to see me struggling with a Toyota. However, sad story is, and I can show that real quick, while all the other races are, I think, still the old way of the week. I'm not sure if everything has changed already. About the weekly races, they have changed that already to being the Fuji Speedway with all the cars in. So that means no Bahrain for us, but that means we are doing a balance of performance run with the Porsche, not with the Porsche, with the Toyota, and we do it offline. So what we're going to do is we hit up the race weekend, we select Bahrain, we are putting the Toyota, and we are putting all other opponents on, because we want this race to be as precise as possible. And what we're also doing, I have asked for the conditions that we've had. We give ourselves 1 hour of practice, private, at 3 p.m. This is what has been the server setting, private practice on. The starting grip was medium. Normal time scale, also for the real roads. Keep it static for the practice because I want to make sure that whatever setting changes I do on the car, I do them for performance and not because of the track. Then a qualifying length, I will put that to 25 instead of 15, and that has the reason because I will start this with the medium preset as well, put that to real road timescale normal, so when we go into the race we should find the exact same track conditions that we've had on the special event races. Then pre-practice was 3, it says 3:15. Well, either way we're gonna put it 3, doesn't too much of a difference. And then we had fast rolling, start time was 3:30. Also, I'm gonna put private qualifying on. No, I should turn it off because we want to have the real conditions. Race starting grip will then be naturally progressing from the qualifying. Normal, default, correct. Okay, so that's about the session. Then we take care about the weather. We have had 29 degrees in the free practice. So I'm just putting the same conditions so that we can consider the testing being the same. Weather was light, clear, light. We put the same for the race, for the qualifying, but 28 degrees. And then for the race, we've had light, clear, light, but 25, 24, 23, 22, 21. So that way we make sure we have replicated the exact same weather and real road conditions as good as possible for the actual balance of performance that we're going to do. Hey Jan, thank you for joining. AI limiter, yep. Well, put that to 5. Flag rules full. Anything else? Perfect. Ah, almost forgot about it. Sessions. 100. What is this doing here? Is a bug. This should be... Is that the 2-hour setting then? I may need to restart this, but... Yeah, so we've ran into a bug in the UI right there, right away. Anyway, we're gonna fix this. I'm quickly checking once we got into the session. I will see what is the race time, and to be honest, if it's like 2 hours and 30, that's kind of fine for me as well, because we're only going to do the first stint till the pit stop, as in balance of performing. If I feel fancy enough, I do the entire race. That way we can also consider how is the AI doing strategy, thinking strategy, planning and strategy execution. So that's the plan. We're a little bit more free here in terms of a time frame now. But first, obviously, I need to check and make sure that we have the 2 hours overall in general. So yeah, let's see. Hey Sven, was good fun, was alright, was unique, certainly interesting, but yeah, we need to see how it goes. So 12:15 p.m, that is wrong, plain wrong. Next session, just quickly gonna skipping through it to see what is everything being set up. 12:15 is wrong. 4-hour race we hit, copy. So maybe we can fix that. Yeah, wrong. Race weekend. Bahrain, Toyota. 2-hour race, that is what I wanted to have originally, yes. So put that back to default, 3 p.m, 3 p.m, 25 minutes. 2 hours is fine. Normal, from medium, static, medium. Right, now we are set. Now Daniel, it was set wrong. So I've now corrected it and now it should be fine. So we are getting going with the Toyota. We have a default setup to start with. We have a already finished setup to compare with, and I need to somehow make that rear end stable. It's always random time, Alexandra. Let's see what we are having now. I consider it being fine if we are on the right, if we're now on the right settings. It could be a bug that you first need to load in, load out, click the right settings again, and then have the correct things. Something that surely should be noted for the future. So 3 p.m, 1 hour of practice, 29 degrees, right weather settings, looks good. F, the race is still 4 hours. Copy. So then we put the race weekend. This is no biggie, we're gonna get there, you know. We put this to 1. And that should actually do the job. 3 p.m, 3 p.m, 3:30, naturally progressing, medium, static, operating perfect. Right. Yeah, there is some kind of transmission that happens in the back end of the game. I guess what is in the game files is like the session being very short, medium, long, very long. And then Bahrain would be like, I don't know, 6 hours, 8 hours, and then like you need to adjust it accordingly in the brain. But I think I should now have hit the setting that triggers the 2-hour race. It is a bug though. Let's face it. I mean, it's hard to argue around that, right? No, Vittorio, don't expect that feedback within 24 hours of them. They have actually asked whether we have the same for the Toyota. So here we sit. Toyota, 1 hour of practice, 25 minutes quali, 2-hour race. Well, I think we're set, guys. So then we get going with the setup. Have I put back? Of course I did not. I keep forgetting this every time I change sims to come back with the rights. Force feedback settings. Toyota feels extremely sluggish. There's something else wrong, maybe? No. I think the Toyota is one of these cars that may potentially need a bit more force feedback strength. I remember something about that. All right. No Danielle, because I am right now just trying to get as quickly as possible ready to drive with that Toyota. Saifalu, no, it's not a BOP for the next patch, it's a BOP for myself. As I kinda want to know how other cars looking at each other. Man, the high-speed balance of that Toyota is biblical. It reminds me more to the Ferrari compared to the Porsche. Something that is certainly not there on this car is that stupid rear locking. But every track the Ferrari so far is the best. Guys, we're racing against the AI here. So the answer to that is no. Yeah, car behaves very similar to the Ferrari. Wow. Toyota in high-speed corners is a league on its own. Yeah, in the first attempt, much faster than with the Porsche already. Watch for that Toyota to do a 44 straight away in the second lap. Francisco, thank you so much for your follow. Welcome to the stream. Car needs a little bit less front brake balance. Locking the fronts a bit too much. Well, it depends. Could also be a Toyota Cup. I know that the Toyota is rather close to the Ferrari in Fuji, although I think that the Ferrari will be easier to drive there. And that will be the winning point, especially for the low speed turns. So remember, with the Ferrari we could do 43 point whatever, it is 44.6 with the Toyota. With a Porsche, the best that we could achieve was 44.9 after multiple laps of testing. Okay, so a bit too much brake bias on the rear now. Wait, was that? Yeah. Okay, so first things first. In the settings, I want to give myself a little bit more leeway on... maybe I should check first what is in the setup then. So we return to the garage. In the setup steering we got... Can't even set something in that, right? So whatever it is. That is more than 450, is it? No, that is 450, so I want more. So settings, no, that was less than 450. Calibration off. Try 600, see what that does. A bit more. Yeah, I want the steering not to be that direct as it is right now. Gilja Dazur, thank you so much for your subscription on the YouTube channel. Welcome. Right, then onto the setup. I want to have a bit more of a rear wing. I want to put that to 3. As we've had that before. I want to put more toe in because the car is really bad on the rear. And on the suspension, I want to stiffen the front spring rate. And the powertrain, maybe even put a bit more power diff. Okay, on we go. Antoine, yes, we use the power, the auto blip, or like, however you want to call it, see it. I'm afraid I've put a little bit too low of AI, put it to 105%. Maybe that is a little too low. Vittorio, I do not know how this is done legally. I guess there are agreements between ACO, FIA, MSG, Studio 397. Then I would also assume that FIA has asked the teams to cooperate. I guess they've done that. And everything else is between them anyway, and I think also not further relevant. I guess that the data we do have in the game is somewhat accurate though. I mean, there must be real-life data behind it or so. I don't think that Studio 397 has just, like, you know, randomly programmed the cars to behave like this and that and so on. Much better behavior on the rear. To fend off that rear rotation, I'm also gonna put a little bit more slip angle traction control. Turn 10 is as blind as you can take it. Yeah, remember though that in the free practice the AI can be on different programs. Some could do qualifying runs, others are doing race runs. That is always something to consider. Ah. So we've said this before. Peugeot, not the Peugeot, the Toyota 44.3, 6/10 faster than the Porsche, roughly 5/10 of a Ferrari in full build situation. Now obviously the high 43s are in the free practice. I don't know what kind of track status that was, so we really need to see qualifying performance. And I think I did 42.7 with a Ferrari. And now we need to see what we can put out with a Peugeot later on in the actual session. Wrong gear. But here the second gear works absolutely well for drivability reasons. Second gear out of that turn in the Ferrari and you don't have any acceleration whatsoever. Yeah, don't compare real life data to this, please. These hypercars are way too fast. And like way too fast. Not just a little bit. They are like big time too fast. Ah, sorry. And that might as well be the case. We are now on the soft tire, obviously. Since tire wear, by the way, is better than in the Porsche. The way you can rotate this car is insane. Just from a feeling point of view, I would even say the Toyota is faster than the Ferrari. Just feeling wise, on how agile it feels around these turns. And in all fairness, I mean, we are now being over with the AI here. In all fairness, a 44.0 is not out of the window here. The Toyota's weakness will surely be the fuel. So what I'm actually going to do is I'll let this AI go again. Gonna keep the tires happy and then I'll try to go for a good lap. This lap after. There is a GTE though. Yeah, but I can't save it all now. I will run into that GTE somewhere. The Toyota needs, more than any other hypercar, it needs to be driven in that zone where the traction control does not kick in. The more it is driven in that zone, the faster it goes. That means a lot of semi-throttle. The more feel you got in the right foot, like this, where you are accelerating out of the turn without relying on the traction control, that is where you be actually faster. Mr. Apex. Yeah, second gear for pickup throttle here is much easier to handle. This is good. Let me try second gear here as well. More agile on the rear. And short shift into third. Gonna do the same down here as well. .44.0. So 70.4 divided by 30 flat, 2.45 liters of fuel. At the consumption of 100 divided by 2.6. Oof. We could stretch that Toyota to 39 laps in the opening stint, but we did 38 with all the other ones. How do I do that? We'll use some higher energy as well. Okay, 38 times 2.4. Actually, I'm going to extend this. 39 times 0.2.45. So that car needs goddamn 96 liters of fuel. 95 apparently. Okay, let's see whether we can improve this. Single player privileges with a pause button. Benefit of that Toyota compared to Ferrari, jailbreaking into the turns, the front end doesn't understeer that bad. You can do better jailbreaking with this machine. I still have the feeling that I want to improve the rear end though. So I'm gonna do that. Yeah, give it a tap more. Rewing. You'll see MTL, thank you for the follow. Much appreciated. You're welcome. All right. Hey, Fireball. What do you mean they do not work? Sorry. Oh yes, AI 100% aggressiveness. Got to love it. Even, yes, you have the very same adjustment available for Le Mans Ultimate and RF2 as well. Here it's called Stabilize Horizon. Oops. I killed that Peugeot. My bad. And the LMP wanted to kill me. Motachi tachi. Ah, I forgot to put the right fuel. My bad as well. I just can't fix that on throttle oversteer thing. Guys, what do you think? How ready are we to go into the balance of performance finding? Yeah, mediums and hards are more than just challenging to get up to temperature. So guys, and if you appreciate the investigation that we do here, if you appreciate balance of performance testing on our channel, please have a follow on Twitch, subscribe us on the YouTube channel for more of this content. We're gonna see this much more often in the future for sure. Maybe not in like very regularly, but for sure we need to do our homework as we want to be having good results, because as much as I appreciate giving Porsche data back to the manufacturers of the game, to pay with 18% of driver rank for it, didn't feel like too great. So maybe I shouldn't be too unhappy about the fact that we're now sitting in an offline session rather than in an online session. I've never touched that auto blip setting, so I don't even think it's doing a big deal on it. Alright, first lap with warm-up material, let's go. Physics, they are shared in the tutorial about setting up field of view, setting up the buttons, setting up the FFB. There is a tutorial on my YouTube channel where you can find the settings. Welcome, Physics. Ah, too late on that break. Yeah, Marvin, that's exactly what I said before. Like, it feels to me that the Toyota is really fast. It is just super tricky to drive. Lost a little bit of front turningness. But I got a little bit of rear instability for that. Maybe some small auto change. It's 43.9. 2/10 of the Ferrari. That's not really a Packer issue, because I've stiffened the front spring. Small adjustments. I'm not commenting on such. It doesn't look good because of we're just at 1.5k viewers. Or players. I think we're on a perfect way still. The first hype, of course, always have to be overcome or whatever. Call it what you like it. We're now getting into the phase where you see the real number of players on every day. And that will go up and down. As soon as we have a big special event again here with like 2.4 hours, or we get driver swaps back and get endurance races, we'll see that player count rising again big time. Hey Alaric, how you doing, buddy? More in the middle terms of skill, it's all about drivability there, and there I would say the Ferrari beats the Toyota big time. But if you go for pure performance, then Toyota and Ferrari are quite close. It's just also not Toyota. I need to be at the very best of myself to be able to do what I do with the car. Yeah, and it's good that people are waiting for those stability patches. Although I do not 100% know what's the current status of the build as such anyway. Ah. Yeah, that front end bites better again. Hey Frederick Bradley, how you doing? Should be the number 4 on the keyboard. Postman, thank you so much for your follow on the Twitch channel. Welcome to our Balance of Performance run in the Toyota. Traffic ahead. Like, not just a little bit of traffic, like a full rush hour kind of traffic. But it's fine. Toyota is good enough on the tires that the third lap is still probably the peak. So we just need to make sure to clear the traffic. Man, these GTEs, they are late on the brakes. Especially that AI GTE. You can't just dive bomb them. Yeah, traffic was surely a huge factor in these races. Undoubtedly. Hoppa, Peugeot lost it. Yeah, there you see the limitations of the AI. I am impressed of the tire model from the Hypercars, and I hope that they will put the tire model of the Hypercars onto GTs and LMPs. Beyond that, I absolutely enjoy what we're having here. Like this, it's an awesome game for the moment. It's not just for the handling of the car as such, it's also about cold tire physics and enhancements that we have in the tire model. But cold tires really are cold tires with close to no grip and so on. So guys, I can't believe it. .43.8. Missing a turn has never helped on the lap time, right? You guys are in good company though. I earlier spoke with a guy from iRacing. He said that Le Mans Ultimate ruined the fun of iRacing for him in the majority of areas, which I consider a huge success for Le Mans Ultimate, to be honest. Michelle, I will make sure that they'll hear. I keep poking them, don't worry. And I think many other people have stated it as well in their forums and areas where you could put feedback and stuff. Yeah, I effed this up. Bit cleaner exit though. Guys, what do you think? I think we're ready to go into our test. 43.8. What? 78.1 divided by 34.1. It's 2.2. Eh? That fuel prediction does not make any sense whatsoever. I feared that. Okay, so badly dressed onion. Thank you so much for the follow. Welcome. Right. I also wanted private practice, as far as I remember correctly. But anyway, we are now going into the qualifying session. Your nickname is Mitchie. You did not get the name because of me. Unlucky. Oh, it's good for me, right? Only one Mitchie in the sim racing scene. Sadly, that's not true as well, but either way. So, we are taking fuel 2.6 liters times. We want to do 5 laps at least. Gonna put 15 liters. Gonna take out 1 click of coast to get better on off throttle rotation. And you know what? I'll let them guys do a couple of laps beforehand, because not everyone is doing the practice, the free practice in those server sessions as well. And then, guys, we get on with balance of performance. So, let me find... I need to do this offline. Not offline, but I will quickly go to my office PC and check about the Ferrari time that we have to beat. So, in that race, I did a 43.266, but I remember that the lap time wasn't perfect, so I need to investigate that a bit more. Alright, so a 43-0 should be doable at least. Yeah guys, and once again, if you appreciate the content, if you appreciate what we're doing here regarding balance of performance testing, then please have a follow on Twitch, subscribe us on the YouTube channel. Quick view out to the week. We won't have a stream tomorrow, but we're looking for streaming towards the weekend, of course. Guys, on Sunday, Formula Sim Racing Round 2, Melbourne Albert Park is the track of choice. Yeah, a tricky car, a tricky track, and me with hardly any time to practice on, but let's see how good we get this going on Sunday then. Right, so I guess we are prepared, and we're now trying to find a bit of spots in the traffic, as we have a GTE coming down the road right here, right there. KZ, hello and welcome. Thank you for joining us. Welcome to our try to verify a little bit of balance of performance. We are taking out the Toyota tonight versus the Ferrari in a virtual aspect. You guys may remember that 1.5 hour race, I think it was. Or was it a 1 hour? It was a 1 hour race here around Bahrain, where we raced against Gabor Hevesi. Oops. Yep. Sorry about that. Gabor wasn't a Toyota back then, and he had massive pace in the opening laps, and then he dropped like a stone though. So I'm really curious to see whether we're going to improve all the way, or rather not. Lionel, what do you mean a new BOP feature? Avitas, hello, welcome. So really just another warm-up lap for the tires. No, there is no new BOP. Espla Honda, it could be that you chose a different livery than what we have chosen. Try to select all cars, not just current car, on the setup folder selection, and also check whether you have multiple versions of Spa. Maybe you've accidentally put it into a different folder. Toyota is strong on the brakes. Well, $42.9. I'm trying to find excuses, but like, you know, something like session has too much rubber or anything. I mean, arguably that was a pretty decent lap. At the same time, though, the track will improve. No, my tires won't improve, that's for sure. But at the same time, all I need them to be is warmed up. And I think I have that ready. With the Ferrari, I took fuel for 2 liters for 2 laps only. Here we got fuel for 5 laps even. Demetrius, I don't know if it's faster straight away, but I'd say in race pace it's a tad slower. In qualifying it can be at least identical for sure. Tommy, I would say the opposite. The issue with the Peugeot is... I keep saying Peugeot. With the Toyota is... on initial throttle pickup, the rear end swings a lot more violently than the Ferrari. In comparison to that, it is a bit stronger on the brakes than the Ferrari. And I would say the trail braking understeer that the Ferrari produces is less intense on the Toyota. Toyota has a little bit of understeer in trail braking conditions, but in the Ferrari it feels like clear day and night difference whether you are trail braking or not. Okay, so I take out a couple of liters on fuel and go for the second run. We can look into the data after the race, guys. I would probably what I need to do is I need enough time to until the Dropbox or the Google Drive are synchronized after the race, and then I would need to put that on my office PC because my racing PC doesn't have Excel and stuff, and I need Excel and a clipboard from Motec in order to get the data into shape. Another problem is, like, you will see the data show that I will be faster in the Toyota anyway, to a certain extent. It will be hard to compare really, because the AI drives different than human beings in the race. Which means traffic, managing traffic and all that stuff will be very different. So I'm a bit scared that you can't really compare it. You need to like look at lap by lap things when you have clean lap, when you can like really compare clean lap versus clean lap rather than a full stint. Espla Honda, yep, that Discord link is valid, and of course we can speak about coaching for the future. This is not actual programming, it's basically just using Excel to put a CSV file into a grid table format. No rocket science. I don't think that turn 2 is just so well, generally speaking, this track is a bit too slippery, I think. Also a reason why the tires are not heating up the way they should heat up, as the tarmac to me is not abrasive enough. Espla Honda with 10 gifted subs here on the Twitch channel. Thank you so much, man, for that support. Big push. Thank you very much indeed, buddy. So I need this lap to clear the traffic then, I guess. Yeah, it should be much more abrasive, that's for sure. I can't get a good turn into turn 1. I kinda brake too late, or I feel like I brake too early, but then I'm too late. Can't get the car slowed down. Banzai, I am 69 to 72 centimeters off my screen. We have more GTEs ahead now, so I will stay behind that GTE. And then have one more go. So that were our 10 gifted subs. Thank you so much, buddy. Espla Honda, big support. Really thank you very much for your support, man. I need to even wait longer. Yeah, the closer you are, the more close you need to put the field of view If you're... no, the other way around. The closer you are, the higher you can put the field of view, the more that you can see. Oh, there comes a GTE out of the pits. Can't believe it. Yeah, that may just ruin my lap. Let's see. No, of course I ruined my lap beforehand. Well, this gets me 2 more laps in. Yeah, I agree. Well, this is the reason why I've chosen the conditions to be the very same that we had in the event as well. That 43.2 that I did with the Ferrari wasn't the best that you could have. I think that was like 4/10 of the capability of the car. But we need to get the lap in. And so I decided to put this here the same way. If I would have been on an online server, I would have raged now. Like, big rage. Nah, front left is the tire that suffers the most, for sure. Man, and then there is this Peugeot right ahead. This is difficult to engineer now with the gap. Because I need a 3 seconds gap to Paul di Resta in the Peugeot. And at the same time I need to catch that DT, you know, it's just gonna go well on the main straight, I assume. Oh yes, very well that went. What's coming now? Oops. Sorry about that. Okay. I'll take those couple of thousands. The problem is more the front tire temperature anyway. Okay, a 10th on turn 1. Another 10th on turn 2. Tenth on turn 10. And a 10th on turn 4. And then the Toyota can do 42.5. Well, copy. Would say on a single lap it's even faster than the Ferrari. Volna, I'm doing good. How about you? Alright guys, 2 hours race. That's a cheat right there. Look at these AI guys. Ah, Ferrari there straight with a lift and coast into turn 1. Allows us for the repass. I need to get these tires up to temperature. I agree with that. Starts are a huge issue on RF2 and Le Mans Ultimate for sure. In the way they are conducted. Alright guys, we go into that race now. With the intention to drive a full hour, a full stint at least. It's fine, Ben. You're not the first one. A lot of people already thought today that this is the real Kevin Estre. But it's funny that you guys are about the real Kevin Estre, not about the Paul de Restas, the Luc Duvals. Let's see who else we got on that list that is pretty famous. Sebastian Buemi, Antonio Felix da Costa. So you guys are only all about Kevin Estre. Espla Honda, man, a 20 euro donation. I'm about to miss my breaking point due to that. Thank you so much. What an amazing support, buddy. Thank you so much for a 20 euro donation. Yeah, for sure. Join us on the Discord server. Hit me up and we can set up some coaching for sure. Please note that currently coaching is only available on R Factor 2, as I cannot set up a server here on Le Mans Ultimate for the well-known reasons. Boss88PL, thank you for the follow. You're welcome. Yeah, and if you guys want to support this channel, if you guys love the content that we do about Le Mans Ultimate, R Factor 2 or Simracing in general, then please guys give this video a like. Please subscribe us on the YouTube channel, as we are hunting for 10,000 subscribers overall. Currently we are at 9,830 or 40 in the meanwhile. So 160 more subscribers missing only. So if you guys not yet a subscriber on the channel, please think about it. Hit that like button on the video, subscribers on the channel, and enjoy sim racing with us together. You want to see Lotterer in an Audi? As far as I'm concerned, there is no Audi, but I think Lotterer was on a Porsche, if I'm not mistaken. Look at me hitting the apex. Beautiful. So 45-0 is not too great right now. It's gonna be especially about the opening stages of the race, where you can get the most clear data. Too quick into that corner. Henry BWK, thank you for your feedback. Appreciate you consider our videos been helpful. Thanks a lot. Espla Honda, have you checked out our YouTube link? Not YouTube link. Our Discord link. To get you on our Discord server so you can hit me up for the coaching that you want. I'm doing no good driving right now. Okay, Espla Honda, do that. Looking forward. EU Ghosts, thank you for the follow. Welcome. What is my average FPS? 144. Okay, Espla Honda, we'll find a date somehow. Mekani, thank you very much for your YouTube subscription. Appreciate it. Harder tires do wear more slowly. They are generally, especially much less sensible for heat. So this is also how they should be used: soft and cold in night temperatures, or low abrasion tracks, and medium and hard for higher abrasion tracks and higher temperatures as well. Final turn is rather a second gear turn. No, I don't have ultra max settings. The texture details are on high. Then anti-aliasing times 60. Microstrophic filter, whatever, and the rest is off or low. But I think that Le Mans Ultimate really looks quite good in these settings regardless already. By the way, this setup is ready for sale on www.improveyourlaptime.com. So if you guys appreciate the way this car balance is and the way the car drives, then you can enjoy this by buying it on www.improveyourlaptime.com. If you're having a little bit of balance issues still, adjust the springs accordingly. So if the car's too unstable, soften the rear spring or stiffen the front spring. The car is not turning enough to the opposite. Maybe for the high speed turns a click rear wing if you want. Jorge, what do you mean is this a diary race? Please specify what you mean. A daily race? No, this is a... Apparently this is a research and development race. I have raced a Ferrari in a weekly race here. I've raced the Porsche in a weekly race here, and I thought we could do that race with a Toyota as well. However, the weekly races have already changed to next week, which will be entire grid at Fuji. So in order to get my relevant data in to really locate Ferrari, Toyota versus Porsche, I had to do this offline. So I've taken out the AI now. I have put the race settings from this weekly. And now we're doing at least one full run of fuel with this Toyota to determine which of the three cars is the fastest. We have data from the Ferrari, we have data from the Porsche, and now we get data from the Toyota. Yeah, this is offline, but this is in similar conditions to what we've had in the weekly race, so it should be comparable. So what you're currently seeing, guys, is some sort of a research and development run, analyzation, a way to have comparable data for all the cars. Well, not all the cars, for the three cars that I've just mentioned. Those are the top three and they should be close to each other, but right now it seems we have a Ferrari very much at the front. I didn't like the Porsche too much indeed, yeah. EU Ghost, what do you mean exactly on a dash like this? You mean the in-game camera? Move the seat all the way to the front and have the correct field of view settings. Have I chosen a car for future championships? No. And I can't choose that yet even. Simply because the game is not finished. We'll still have optimizations and balance of performance. There is just way too many changes to come. You know, I could now commit myself to the Ferrari and be like, oh, this car is so good, this car is so crazy good, and I absolutely need to race the Ferrari. And then imagine Ferrari gets 60 kilograms on top, and Toyota just 20, and Porsche gets 50 kilograms off. And suddenly the Ferrari is as good as the Porsche is now. Shit. Whether that happens or how... oops. Sorry. Or how it happens needs to be considered then when something happens, but possibility is there, you know. Espla Honda, 18 setups you bought. That is amazing. Shows that we have good quality setups right there. Happy customers. Happy services, right? And again, the Toyota setup that I'm racing here can be bought on www.improveyourlaptime.com. Just as Espla Honda is saying about it. Especially about the coaching services, there is to note that our engineer, and I really call him engineer because he has a master of degree, or degree of a master in vehicle dynamics and vehicle vehicle physics, with the focus on motorsport chassis and motorsport vehicles. She manages all that damper settings in our setups. How much time can you be gaining by a setup depends on the car. A car that has a very good balance with a default setup already, not too much, but here with a Toyota that is really interesting to handle on the rear end. I think a good setup gets you at least half a second up to 3/4 of a second per se. Plus you get more consistency and more stability over a long run. So I'd say it makes a significant difference. Not as much as an iRacing, but still enough to not underestimate the importance of a good setup. So, 5-lap average, deep within the 44s. 44.7 at the minute. Any of you guys had the chance to have a look into 5-lap averages of the race with the Porsche? At that point, like 20 minutes into the race. Drivability is awesome of that car, that setup. It's really amazing. You can also have a look into tire wear. Which is kinda okay, just 2% less on the front left after over 10 laps of racing. It's interesting that Toyota is more efficient on the energy itself, the virtual energy. Ferrari can only do 38 laps flat out. Toyota can do 39. But the Ferrari burns only, I think, 88, 87 liters of fuel, or 85. Whereas this machine wants to have 95 for that. So you carry an extra 5 kilograms of fuel around with you. Keep missing turn 10 simply because I can't see the apex. No guys, Racelab app has already brought out an update to support Le Mans Ultimate. With the Peugeot, I would assume to be around in Porsche levels, I guess. Ah, oh god. Well, even that is accurate on the Stint then. Personal mistake, or the simulation of traffic. I don't know exactly what is the plan for the more Ultimate. I haven't seen a roadmap. I would love if Studio 397 would bring out a roadmap though. So that we can all be aware of what's going to happen in the future. Did you say that the Peugeot was bad in the beginning? I thought you've always been a fan of the car, if I remember correctly. I think the Caddy was 6/10 of the Porsche in Fuji. So certainly slower than the Porsche. And Porsche is certainly slower than the Toyota and the Ferrari. Timo, we hope so. Apparently I'm doing this run to prove that the Ferrari is not OP. I said that with the Porsche as well. Sadly with the Porsche I failed to demonstrate this. But I think with the Toyota I have a good chance to show that the Ferrari is not OP in a way. But at the same time, I think the Toyota is not on par with the Ferrari on every track. Probably need some specialty of tracks. Could consider the Toyota to be good at 40 mile. Probably better than the Ferrari, I would assume. Everything with high speed turns. I thought the Toyota would be good for Le Mans, but apparently I couldn't make it work. Would have been a setup issue then. Yeah, 105% of AI is way too easy for me indeed. Probably should have taken like 110 or 15. Yeah, the way driver rating has been handed out sometimes is harsh. How was that almost purple? Look how close the AI... Sorry, I have to look this up. I was about to say they are 3 wide. Look at this. AI is giving it nuts. And I've obviously paused the game in a stupid spot. Yeah. That was inevitable to happen. But again, we simulate the traffic, right? Oops. Yeah guys, anyway, I know this might look a bit boring for you here, as we ran into 100% of battery usage, bad Mitchie. Not prepared. So what I'm going to do is just finish that stint. Stint obviously I have to finish for the data. And then maybe gonna do 3 or 4 or 5 laps to see how much time would be left in the session. To estimate and evaluate where we would finish. Then of course we call it a day. But the first time I got turn 10 somewhat right. Hey guys, I would have loved to do that online, but I can't fix it. I hope it's not too boring. As I've also put the AI limiter too close to each other. That story. This is going to be fun though. LMP jungle within the GTEs. Let's go. Yeah, Marvin, I know. Should have made this... Well, I would have... Ooh. Yeah, and then divers. I would have needed probably to do more running beforehand to like analyze what is the correct balance in the AI performance. In hindsight though, with the Porsche, everything would have been tighter. Yeah, I mean, obviously I'm joking. So LMP is going to be more of a fest. There is one offer I would make you guys at the end of the stint. What we can do is we take out the Ferrari and the Peugeot, the Toyota private sessions. Give it a quali run each, or 2 quali runs. It's getting late, of course, again. I still have like at least 30 minutes of driving ahead. Oh. Let's see. I think we have around 35 cars on track. I will need to see later on. Yankesh, yes, the Toyota is way better than a Porsche. It is, as you say, too nervous or difficult to set up for sure. Thankfully I didn't put myself in front of him. Yeah, that is 100% aggressiveness AI for you right there. Lower class car fighting for position. Pedro Carrera, thank you for your follow on the Twitch channel. Much appreciated. Welcome. Yeah, guys, and on the YouTube channel, of course, we're hunting 10,000 subscribers by the end of the month. We are lacking 160 subscribers only. So if you guys appreciate our channel, if you appreciate our content, please hit that sub button. Give the video a like. And enjoy the more ultimate videos with us. So, I smell a sense of performance loss from the tires. Yeah, in Bahrain it occasionally happens that the game is dropping the frames indeed. You got to love it, right? I mean, for data integrity, it's probably about good, but still, it's not what you would see in real life. Oh dear, I'm so sorry I can't spell your name, but I absolutely appreciate your subscription on the YouTube channel. Thank you for the support, man. Why? Giving me such a hard time when you go to box. Well, Yankesh, the Toyota is just as strong as the Ferrari. It's just that the Ferrari, with its balance, is too strong. Like in a fixed series, I think the Ferrari is much better than a Toyota. This Toyota setup has costed me and our engineer surely 3 or 4 hours of work to get it into the shape that it is right now. And I'm not saying it can barely hold on with the Ferrari. Maybe it's... I mean, I need to do this live later on, probably. The analyzation. Hey. Suchi Productions, thank you so much for your subscription on the YouTube channel, appreciate it. Danielle, I will do one stint and a couple of laps to estimate where would I finish with the Porsche in the lap times. And from that on I will consider the result. So yeah, I will drive another 20 laps roughly. Oh dear, Sarah Larrick. Yeah, what I would really do if you play this game, I would restart it every now and then. I would make sure to not have unnecessary programs working in the background. The more you can erase other programs interfering with the sim, the better your gaming experience will be. Look at these boys. I see track limits right there. Yeah. I've set up the AI very good to fight against themselves, but not against me. Yeah, Yankesh, you have the same issue with the Porsche. So what you need to do, both on the Cadillac and the Porsche, is you need to downshift like this. Like really late. You cannot rely on the engine brake or on the regenerator on the Porsche nor the Cadillac lower than 4th gear. As soon as you shift from 3rd to 2nd too high, you snap the rear, and if you downshift too early from 2nd to 1st, you snap the rear as well. And if you double downshift from 3rd to 1st, your rearwards fast into the wall for sure. Yeah, Vittorio, you can compare the data. As you will have laps free of traffic in both races, and you will have laps with traffic in both races. In a perfect world, you can't 100% compare it, of course. But who's driving in a perfect world? Who says that if I do 40 laps in the Ferrari and 40 laps in a Toyota, that each lap is 100% same quality? Can't say that. Yeah, Porsche might be more stable. It's the same that the Ferrari is more stable than the Toyota here, despite both are LMDH cars. So fuel for 15 more laps. Yeah, exactly, hyperdrives. But you know, we've got a qualifying run to compare, we've got a race run to compare. And I've said that yesterday, in the same conditions, with the Porsche, we have lost 52 seconds. Yes, we had spins, we had issues, we had incidents, we had a crash, we had repair pit stop and all that. But we have erased that out of the data, we have calculated that out, and the raw pace difference was 52 seconds over 68 laps. So there is evidence that the Porsche is indeed LMP2 downforce and brakes at its best. So Porsche is at least 0.6, 0.7, 0.8 seconds slower a lap. And if we come to the same conclusion that yeah, we can do that live, I will do it the following way. The moment where I passed P2 in the race with the Ferrari, up until to the point we come to the pits, we compare that on the stream, probably live, and from that on we will be able to tell what is the speed difference, right? Sir Alaric, thank you so much for your tier 1 sub. GPT, thank you so much for your follow as well, appreciate it. Welcome to the stream. Oops. reluctant. Jimmy would hand out 2 drive-through penalties for blocking. Hill, let me think about it. I think it's a general issue. I don't see a possibility of the Porsche to be track specifically. I mean, it could be closer here and there. 6 to 7 tenths around Bahrain is... I don't know. And I think Bahrain got everything apart from maybe high-speed turns. Got, you know, braking, acceleration, straight line, speed. You need a good chassis and stuff. I think Bahrain is an awesome testing track as well. Maybe again it lacks a little bit of the high-speed turns. But to me, even the section turning 11, 12, 13 is high-speed enough to judge. Also, you got medium-speed corners 6, 7, 8. Not 8, but 6, 7. The one's coming up here. So guys, note me as soon as we are coming to lap 38. Have alert coming up, guys, so that I can pause the game real quick and we can do a live comparison. I would love to have a couple of laps clean air, so that I can see what is the performance of the car still. As it is just 9 laps to go in the stint. My 5-lap average is as slow as with a Porsche, but while the Porsche was in clean air. Yeah, Till. But then even 106% AI does behave different if you have the AI limiter at either 0% or 80%. Yep, I did the same yesterday as well. There was one moment where where I broke a little too late for an LMP2 dive here into this final turn. And then I got excited and trying to be like, oh yeah, let's use the additional engine brake to slow down the car. And hoppa, round we went. Oh, 7 more laps. Actually 8. too late. So time to set up the pit stop already. 75% we need. For a 29 lap final stint sprint. Well, don't worry, we're not gonna do it. Oh yeah. So higher balance is a lot closer in the Peugeot for sure. Toyota. The rear end is surely scrubbing more than the front, which could make the Toyota a bit worse off compared to the Ferrari in the long run. Espla Honda with another super chat. Is that 10? I know that is 100 Norwegian kroner, right? Video game controller involves into muscle version of itself under the world of LVL plus. I'm afraid I have no idea what that message says. Might be a brain issue, might also be a lack of wisdom. But either way, thank you for another donation through the super chat here with 100 Norwegian krones. Thank you so much, buddy. Big support. I think the message that is up there just means that little comic thing in the message jumping around. So I want to push the car, see what it can do in the low fuel. No car so far has been able to beat its PB. Let's see how close we can get the Toyota to it. Not at all, it seems. Yes, I figured that my company is reporting in SEK, so Swedish krona, I don't know, SEK, which is roughly €1 is like 10 SEK. And I figured it is almost the same for Norwegian currency. Thank you so much, buddy. That makes you donating €30 for us tonight. Really appreciate it, man. Yeah, and if you guys want to support the channel, other than with a straight donation via the Streamlabs donation link, then please become a follower on Twitch, subscribe us on the YouTube channel. We massively appreciate it. Espla Honda, thank you so much, very generous of you. Yeah, I have difficulties holding that line. I stop doing these mistakes, please? It was a long day of driving again, starting with the iRacing stream 4.5 hours back. Could not be an excuse. For the sake of data integrity, I need to get this right now. You know, this is also the point where I'm pressuring myself now. Because I want to know for myself as well, of course, as much as you guys want to know in general. Skilled Pattern, thank you for your follow. Much appreciated. I think I'm completely butchered your name. I'm sorry about that. Skilled Pattern, yeah. Maybe I got it right. Yeah, sorry about that, obviously not here to butcher names. But that's Scandinavian language. I guess it's Scandinavian. Even when I try saying it, I will get it wrong. So I have at least one lap in a good data comparison. As in, could we beat our personal best lap time? But I guess you guys can see it from the onboard already. Not like the balance is shifting, but the operation window where the car is functioning, that has become way slimmer. 4 laps on fuel remaining. Almost dead. Thank you, Marvin. Yeah, I agree. And all these Scandinavian languages makes total sense that they are quite close to each other. Jesus Christ. Come on, car. Keep these tires happy. In lap 38. I hope I won't miss it myself. Should be in 2 laps. Because obviously we're going 1 lap longer than the Ferrari. So I've got now fuel for 3 more laps. So end of lap 38. I need a reminder. I love that Swedish way of saying yes. I've learned that somewhere in on a documentary. In like the northern Swedish area, there is that simple way of saying yes. Kind of. It's not even a word for me. For me, it's just like pulling some air for the breathe. Just that time. Thank you so much for the follow. Alright. This lap we want to have our reminder. Nope, don't spin. That mistake has still costed us 2/10. But yeah, it remains the same. We can't beat your fastest lap in the from the beginning of the race, which is kind of alright. That makes some sense to me. So, I'm grabbing a pen. And we know down that we would come to the pits with a Ferrari with 53.22 to go. So what we are doing now is we consider 144.8 this being the 5-lap average here. So we consider 145.0. I need to put some traffic in 145.5 to be a calculated time to go. And then we'll see where we would finish in a 2-hour race. You are Spanish. Born in Germany. Wait. Was too much information, too short of time. Spanish, parents born... Wait, your parents are born in Germany or you were born in Germany? So, box. Hypercars are in. Only less refuel time, of course, because we go a lap longer. Makes sense. In Hofheim am Taunus. This is where my dad lives. Close to. Love the immersion of the sounds. So let me do one lap. The line. We're gonna calculate the rest of the race. Fully 2. I got absolutely hooked by the game as well. Especially by these hypercars. Love racing them so much. And let me guess, then you found a Norwegian girl, and you're married and you moved to Norwegian and Norway. Norwegian, Norway. Right, so we anticipate 28 laps to go at this stage. And we anticipate that we use 45.2 or 0.3 on average from here on. So we are looking 48 minutes times 60 plus 27 seconds divided by 105s is 27.69. That I put away 28 from. Sorry, where's the minus again? It's an old, yeah. So 0.0314 times 105. That was wrong. I was obviously slower. Let me see the average lap time. I did 38 laps in. That is a smart way to do it. Let me see. 53.22. So 2 hours minus 53 minutes times 60 plus 38 seconds divided by 38. That means our average lap time was a 106.8. 106.7. Yes, we had that one stupid spin. Was it? Or was that in qualifying? Can't remember. Either way, if I take that number then and divide 48 times 60 plus 27 divided by 106.7, or we do it a bit faster because we have less fuel, so 4/10 off. That is 27.304 minus 28 times minus 1 times 106.3 would still mean we finish the truth is somewhere in the middle. Okay, so we note this down as well. We have finished 40 laps at 48.27 remaining. And no. Need to quickly wait until the file is written so the data doesn't get corrupted. You may have heard the 3 beeps. And now we wait till it says and then we can leave the game. Because I figured that you can only say quit to the main menu, which is not what I want right now because that would break the files. In the meanwhile though, I can put up my YouTube stream. From the Ferrari run. Bear with me. Live streams. 2 hours of Bahrain. Here we go. And we are interested in the end of lap 38 when we come to the pits. Meanwhile, we hear the beep beep beep. That is after the pit stop already. Almost. I was short on fuel. F me. I looked at the wrong lap to locate that. But it doesn't matter. So we went to the pits here at the line with 54.49. And what I'm gonna do with the 53.22, I just add a minute and 45. So that means 53 times 22. Wow. That is insane. The Ferrari is still OP. Plus 60. So 53 plus a minute plus 45. Despite a spin. Yeah, okay. What we're gonna do is 54.49, and where is... Oh no, I'm talking a bit nonsense right now. Bear with me, guys. Here we are second already. Here we're second as well. But this is a lap where we're second. So what I'm going to do... That was end of 37. Bear with me, guys. And 136 point is perfect. 5.6 at the end of lap 13. So what we have here is a difference of 37 minutes plus 11 plus 7. So 96.93 minus 54.82 times 60. We have a difference of 42 minutes divided by, how many laps is that? 37 minus 7 minus 13 is an average lap time of 105.275. That is the Ferrari with an average over 24 laps. And now we do the same with today's live stream. And we do the very same thing. Bear with me real quick. So I'm checking end of lap 13. This is end of lap 13. Yes, almost. End of lap 13. So here we are, 137.16. Going to awesome meme I see. End of lap 37. Is 55.06. So 37.27 minus, sorry, 97. 55.1 divided by 37 minus 13 times 60. 105.425. Speed difference 105.275, so that is 425 minus 275, 150. So we conclude in similar conditions that Toyota is 10th and a half of Ferrari. I mean, could be worse, right? Whether that is what we want to have or what we don't want to have is on a different picture. But Jenny AMV, I think the minimum requirements of the PC system are out on the Le Mans Ultimate webpage. Guys, we have a result. We have a result. We can do the same thing with a Porsche if we want. Oh, can we do the same thing with a Porsche? We had a fatal spin with a Porsche at times. We can still do the same thing with a Porsche. We just need to look at different timestamps. Let us do the same thing with the Porsche race of yesterday, apparently. So I get out my YouTube channel again. With me for a moment. Live streams. And we're doing the same thing from end of lap 13. Because obviously we want to rather look at the same data, right? So another snippet. 1:37:00. Well, it's 35.95, but whatever. And let's pick a time frame where we are still within. I mean, up to lap 32, we can probably deal with the fact that we deduct 8 seconds from the spins that we've had until that point. Here it was already fatal, so at the end of lap 32. So we consider that we did personal mistakes worth 7 seconds up till here. That means actually I just saw that these spins have just happened short before. Yep. Let's take it. So, end of lap 29, and I've had one big spin, which was 5.5 seconds there, so I would have gotten a bit faster. 1:08 instead of 36 at 30. So that means 97 minus 68.5 divided by, that is end of lap 29 minus 13. 60. Holy shit. There must have been more mishaps in that one. Because that lap time average is 1.5 seconds off from the others. This can't be right. Let's take a different. Let's take a 10 lap distance. Lap 22 then. There's 97 minus 81.08. 60 divided by lap 22 minus 13. Still a 106.1. Yeah, there must have been more mishaps in between. And a 106.1 is, yeah, that makes more sense. Minus 105.275. Yep, 8.5 off. Plus, you lost a couple of seconds here and there, maybe a bit of different traffic, but let's consider that the Toyota is a tenth and a half off, really. In fact, I think the race I did today in offline condition might be a tad faster, really, as the traffic is more compact and more spread. Therefore, more tied together, everything. Aknor, thank you for the follow, appreciate it. Jenin, I agree with you, and this is a reason why we have done that race now, because we want to make sure cars are closer to each other. Okay, so that was the scientific approach to all the driving that we did. Yeah, guys, I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you are not too disappointed from a little bit of a different other type of racing scenario. Really appreciate your time. By the way, that 1.5 difference could be the difference of 10 liters that we carry extra here, as the Ferrari uses 85, 86, Toyota needs 95. It's roughly 8 or 9 kilograms of difference. Could exactly those 1.5 could exactly be these 1.5 tenth on average that we're lacking. Well, we're gonna hand in the data, see if we ever get a response, or if we ever get some feedback on it. Guys, that's it for today. This one, that's gonna do it for today. We will have no stream tomorrow, as I need a day off at least. But we will come back with more and more Ultimate and R Factor 2 streaming throughout the week. Don't you worry. Guys, have a great evening, everyone. Thank you so much for all the new follows. Shout out to Espla Honda for an overall €30 donation here on the YouTube chat and on the Streamlabs donation chat. On the Streamlabs donations. Yeah, Janine, sorry to shut off the stream now, but you have the chance to watch the videos all on demand if you are a subscriber on our YouTube channel. You just need to hit that link, sub up on the channel, and yeah, have a good time. See you later in the week, guys. Have a good one. Please, again, if you're not yet followed, if you're not yet subscribed, have a subscription, have a follow on Twitch and the YouTube channel. Would massively appreciate that. And yeah, have a good time. We now obviously have a raid, so enjoy the stream, guys. Bye bye.